Hello everyone, it's great to be back in the safety of the porcupine, and I'll drink to that. Cheers. In fact, this is my favorite American beer. It's Alaskan Amber. It's a very nice drop. So if you've been watching my videos, you know I've been doing all these live performances, and I just did 3 more this weekend, which I didn't record. I had no more energy left to record any more. I'm not sure if you wanted to see them, but I will say they were probably my best performances. And that's what happens when you practice and you perform. The reason why I'm featuring the gig rig again is I wanted to go through the evolution in how I used it from when I began at the beginning of the year to right up to these final gigs. And I want to say right up front, if you're a working pro, there's no way you're going to use a table that weighs 20 plus pounds before you've put anything inside it. That's crazy. But if you're a collector, a hobbyist, an amateur like myself who doesn't perform very often and doesn't travel very far, and you like to have nice things and you like to store all your props neatly in little sections in the table, this is perfect. And I wanted to show you the changes I made for these final gigs, because my first few gigs I performed it differently, and I thought it would be very useful to see. And then I can start getting back to the business of doing some more speed demos, because my next auction is back in, it's going to be in February, so I need to get moving. So I'm going to turn over to the gig rig in a second, but I wanted to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and we'll be back with speed demos very, very soon. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing I did when I started performing was I added an extra piece of Velcro in the middle here. This mat came off a couple of times. I've got just 6 small little dots in each corner. It works perfectly. And the dots are small enough that you don't notice, you can feel the imprint there, but you don't notice it when you're performing. The next thing I did, which happened after my second chain broke, was I switched the chain out for a shoelace. Doesn't look as cool, but when you have a chain break twice, you know that's not going to work. So if you were very delicate, you could, but it's been so much easier having that shoelace there. And the nice thing about shoelaces is it's always there, so you never, when you open it up, it's always ready. Shoelaces are designed to last a lot longer than those brass chains. The third thing I did was I used to have a close-up mat here, and I replaced it for this piece of cardboard and a piece of sponge. It's not very sexy, but this weighs 2 ounces. The close-up mat weighed 2.4 pounds, and weight becomes a real issue, as you will see. So the first time I performed with this, it was all loaded up. And it weighed close to 35 pounds. And I did my backing. I think I mishandled it, but then I realized, okay, this is crazy. So I love how all my props are here. This is great, but this is perfect for practice and storage. It's not perfect when you're going to a gig. So this was my great epiphany. I said, well, what am I doing? So what I now do is I remove the drawer when I come to a gig. I remove it, before I go to a gig, and what I now do is I have these small little bags, and I just choose the props I'm going to perform that day. And I've got different sizes, and normally I find that I don't normally need the third one, but I use 2, and I load my props in here, close them up, and so when I turn up to my gig, the props are all in here. And I add any extra pieces I need, any extra props, whatever, but the weight now has gone down from 35 pounds, we're getting close to 20 pounds. 20 pounds is significantly different when it comes to swinging this case around. Again, not something you'd want to use a lot, but for the performances I do, it's just perfect. And this was a huge change, and it was difficult at first because I really liked the idea of having all the props, but I'm not performing the props. You know, if you're on a regular performance, you're not going to change your act. You're going to do basically the same act, and that's what I did. And that was a really nice change for me. And so, you know, these just, everything inside is already protected, so it doesn't matter if it flops around in here. But now, just get that shoelace out of the way. You lock it up. Now you're looking at 21 pounds versus 35 pounds. And that's a big difference. And the final change I wanted to show you was, you may remember from one of my bloopers, how when I put the table down, I had it the wrong way around. Now I've added this green tape, so I never put the table up the wrong way. And that's basically all the changes I made after a few performances with the gig rig. I still love it, and I still will continue to use it forever, but I won't turn up at a gig fully loaded. That's crazy talk. Okay, well thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed the gig rig tales, and I will see you soon with my next speed demo. Thank you.